Welcome to Subramani. Please hit the bell icon. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done. And if you like the content, my ask is very simple. Either share the video or understand the video, make notes, and share your understanding with your friends. So that's more important, right? I'm not trying to do anything here. There's nothing commercial. I can tell you, there's nothing commercial. I'm not trying to get your assets. I'm not trying to get more training assignments. There is nothing in these videos. It's just for fun, and I'm not asking for money. I'm not saying please go to PayPal and pay me. Nothing of that sort. My just request is please go share it with friends, family, enemies, whoever, and make sure people understand what I'm saying, right? So therefore I make Hindi videos, I make Tamil videos, I make Gujarati videos, but there's not much demand for videos other than English. So here today I wanted to talk to you about how many types of accountants you need. So when you tell somebody, he says, I have a chartered accountant. Fantastic, you have a chartered accountant, but what does that chartered accountant do? So let us see the kind of range of activities that a chartered accountant does. So let us say there is a businessman who has a business turnover of say 100 crores, which is not very small. So, and he has annual profits of about 10 crores. Okay. Now, how many types of chartered accountants he needs? He needs one chartered accountant in his business. I mean, at least one chartered accountant in his business who will take care of his, who will know how the expenses are to be classified, what is current expense, what is fixed expense, what is expense for buying fixed assets, what is current assets, right? So guy who knows all that, guy who understands the taxation, or a guy includes a girl who knows taxation, and all those things is what a business accountant does. You need a second accountant who will look after your personal income tax, right? So he knows how to file a return, he knows what details to give, he knows how to calculate capital gains, he knows from where to get the 26AS, right? He knows all those things. So that is another chartered accountant. You need a third chartered accountant, or not necessarily a chartered accountant, an accountant who will look after your investments. So trying to combine one person to do all of this is wrong, because that person is not good at everything. A guy is good in audit, a girl is good in taxation, another person is good in investments, another person is good who understands insurance better. You don't need all of these people full time. Yes, if you're a business house, you need one CA who is your CFO, whom you need full time, but it does not mean you need other CAs full time. You don't need a full time financial planner. Yes, you have a lot of money, but you'd go to a financial planner who's again a type of an accountant who will tell you where to invest, what to invest, how much to invest. Please understand the difference between a financial planner and a portfolio manager. The financial planner may suggest that you go to this portfolio manager and put 2 crores in an AIF or something like. He might suggest that, but the person who is managing it is different. Now, there is no one person who has got all those skills. So when you say, oh, who look after your investment? Oh, my CA does. If your CA is filing your tax return, I have no clue whether he's updated about investments. I'm not saying he cannot be. There are a few people who are, right? But not everybody does. So you don't look for taxation expert from your investment consultant. He may not be qualified to give you taxation advice. So he hears something, some mutual fund has organized a seminar on how investments are taxed, so he has attended that, and so he is giving you that. That's not sufficient. I always feel that in any time when you want consulting, I would always prefer going to a person who is educated and trained in that field. So if I want to go to a dietitian, I want to go to a MBBS doctor who understands the whole anatomy and diet. So I don't want to go to a person who has done a 6-month course in dietitian and has no clue maybe has some clue on calorific value of food, but nothing beyond that. That's not what I'm looking for in a dietitian. I want a person who can take a whole look at my body, do suggest analysis of my allergies, right? Know what is good for me, and then take a view on what I should eat and what I should not eat, right? So exactly same example. Your chartered accountant who is filing your tax return should know how investments are taxed. But whether you should keep money in an overnight fund or in a liquid fund, or whether the mid cap fund or a small cap fund, is not something which he does day in and day out. Yes, if he does it day in and day out, it makes sense. But if he's not doing it, you're asking the wrong person. So don't just say I have a chartered accountant. Ask your chartered accountant what's your specialization, and if I want these services, where should I go to, whom should I go with, right? So asking those questions is important. Finding out their competencies is important. Then maybe looking for outside help, right? Saying you don't know how much insurance to take, you don't know what type of insurance to take. So then checking out all that put together, not one person can do. I mean, you need specialists, right? So you need some specialists who will know each one of it separately. And at this stage, like I said, 100 crore turnover, so it's not something insignificant. He's creating a lot of wealth. When you create wealth, somebody else has to manage that to make sure that it stays well managed. I don't think you need complex solutions, right? You don't need an AIF and PMS. Maybe you don't need. Maybe you're very happy with just mutual funds, but somebody has to do that. Thank you.